Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Ms. Huffman, welcome back. It's good to see you in person again. But you made earlier you made a statement about the environmental justice issue. And I just wanted to touch on that just a little bit to see just where DOE is on that, because you brought it up. And that was, in their report, they say that this council is in opposition to carbon capture, direct air capture, nuclear power, R&D. They're opposed to road improvements, pipeline expansion. Does DOE, do you support this report?
So, Congressman, thank you for the question. I will be honest, I don't know.
If you could, just a yes or no, because I've got other questions. You raised this question, so I'm just trying to get back to it quickly.
I don't know the details of all those aspects that report is sponsoring.
Okay, I couldn't hear what your answer was. I'm sorry. So now let me go further with it. We've already had, so we're pivoting to 100% renewables, and that's a good thing. I don't have a problem with that. But it's also going to involve, as you've testified, the thousands of miles of more transmission line. I'm just curious about, as we pivot away from fossil fuels under this scenario, we've already had people testify from the American Action Forum and the IER, the Institute for Energy Research. Have already said that electric rates for consumers are going to go up $2,000 to $4,000 a year. And the Energy Future Initiative is already saying that's going to cost thousands of jobs in Wyoming, North Dakota, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Alabama, and states all across the country, that it's going to cost jobs as we do this and switching over. And then we've already talked about the global CO2 levels, that they're not going to drop below where John Kerry said 350. Anything above 350 is a dangerous level. So we're not going to drop below that. And we've had testimony here that says even if we go to this 100% renewables, we're still going to have wildfires, droughts, and wildfire and flooding. So I'm troubled with this, because our objective, all of our objectives, is to reduce the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. But to do that, can't we rely on our science, our community to do this? We did this back in the 60s when President Kennedy said he wanted to put a man on the moon, and within 10 years, we did it. And then 2 years ago, or a year ago, when President Trump developed a vaccine, or called for a development of vaccine, it happened within 10 months. So we've trusted our scientific community. I don't understand why we're exploring, advocating through the administration, advocating the abandonment of fossil fuels, when we see all the consequences that are going to happen. For job losses, the environment's not going to get any better, our rates are going to go up. I don't understand it. Why aren't we dealing with using our science to develop carbon capture? It's pretty fundamental with it. So I'm saying, if we can get to this issue, for those of us interested in reducing greenhouse gas and foresee a zero emission, I'm with you on that goal. Shouldn't we be advocating for 100% emissions rather than 100% of abandonment of fossil fuels across this country? Because we know the job impact that's going to have, and the impact it's going to have, and it's really not going to clean up the global environment. Why don't we invest in carbon capture? Why aren't you doing more on that?
So thank you, Congressman, for the question. As we look to go to a decarbonized society, we are going to have to tap all the science can offer with respect to development of carbon capture and storage, CCUS, as part of the portfolio, nuclear energy, as well as the deployment of clean energy technologies. Doing nothing is not an option as we move forward. We really need to think about those technology
I don't think anyone's saying do nothing. Why do you think you're saying do nothing?
I just think we need to be more aggressive as we think about the technologies moving forward and what we can invest in now, as well as while we're doing the science and investing in capabilities for CCUS and to decarbonize our energy generation portfolio.
Run out of time, so thank you for your testimony, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlemen.